Okay, here's an interesting video, a sort of a complicated one to explain, but it's actually sometimes quite simple. This is where we basically like using a very simple drill to help someone improve their foot stability. Like any isolated exercise though, it must sort of have, it's only a starting point and it must transition into the integrated. So where things are like more on the move, and there's more joints incorporated. But this is a great one for correcting that really excessive foot pronator, the flat-footed person who ends up having either Achilles problems, shin splints, patella tracking at the knee, just about any leg injury you can think of, to be honest. You can trace back to excessive pronation. So pronation is needed at some degree, but too much of it's no good. So this exercise, we're going to show you how you correct it. Now there's a few things going on here, so I'm going to have to pause it. All right. So firstly, Nathan here is going to move his foot to the outside, right? And you see how his big toe just left the floor? That's not a good thing, and the big toe's massive in this exercise, right? And you're going to see why. Alright, so first he moves his foot into what we call supination, so we get it out of too much pronation. Then he forces his big toe to the ground. Now if you look carefully at his big toe, you see how it's sort of bent over? I'll just take that back a bit and you'll be able to see what I mean. So there's a reason we're putting the pencil in there. But if you have a look at his toe very carefully there, you'll see how it's almost crooked on a line, where it's not in its natural alignment. This is what we call like toe gripping. Someone who's got instability around their foot has developed this strategy, and from falling flat on their feet quite often. So on his other foot, I should have shown you the comparison. He's not like that at all. All right. So basically, what we use is like a little wedge. So in this case, I've just used a pencil to demonstrate how easy it is, and his toe just does not want to go there. You can see that very clearly now how it's almost like a crooked toe. So we just use a wedge to try and force it into a better alignment. He gets on the outside of his foot, so he's moved on to the outside there. All right. So now what we ask him to do is he trying to like pull his toe towards his heel, almost like he's going to try and pick something up with his foot, like pick up a t-shirt or a towel. You can sort of see here he's got that nice arch where normally he doesn't have that. Right, so this is basically bicep curls for the feet flexor muscles underneath his feet there. All right, so if you think about it like that, and you can see how the toe's gone all crooked, he'll run through this a few times, and you'll see what he's doing. He'll have to adjust that pencil as his toe goes mental again. And basically he'll feel like a huge contraction in his foot there, and he's learning how to get the arch back, and you see the muscles around his feet there are working quite well. Now, how does this relate to everything else? Well, you'll see as we come back around to the front, and we'll have a look at the whole rest of the leg, because when the foot provides the stability, it rolls the ankle into its neutral position, which then also rolls the knee into its neutral position and also the hip. And you'll find that he'll get, where most people are very weak through the VMO, he'll actually get a VMO activation, not from activating the VMO, but from strengthening this foot flexor. So that's poor form. All right, so that's what will happen when he excessively rolls in and pronates. So when he's using, and watch his foot here when he activates it. So he's pointing down at his big toe now, and he's got and there's that foot contraction there, right there. Right, so see you can see that muscle tone, and there's the muscle tone in the VMO, and look at the alignment of his ankle. Look at that. Look how good that is. Where a second ago, he was way before he activated that. You'll see okay, so there's a round bit. See that bit there? See how his foot, and it will correct. Look at the ankle. And you'll see the muscle tone in the ankle. That's where it weakens. See, there's the excessive pronation. So pronation you need, but when it's excessive, and you know it is if it's a flat foot, it'll take the whole leg with it. All right. So meaning that if you learn how to strengthen and correct it, you can take the whole leg with it in the good way. All right. So this is a great drill for anyone who's got plantar fasciitis as well. Is another big one that you see with this. But if you've got knee trouble, you definitely have a look at the feet there. Don't disregard them. You don't have any pain there, but in most cases there's an issue there. Too much of an arch is no good either. That's when you sort of see a club foot type thing, rigid ankle, rigid foot, that's no good either, because then you can't pronate enough. So if you do too much or not enough, you're going to have problems. It's about finding the right balance and learning. And whenever the alignment's nice, you know you're in the right place. All right, so quite an interesting video. Very simple drill you can do anywhere. You don't really need anything other than a little wedge. If your toe alignment's right, you might need the wedge. If you can spread your toes apart quite easily, you're fine. You've got good feet stability. But if you can't spread your toes and they want to cling together like Nathan's do, then you know you're going to need to work on that foot stability. All right. So hope you've enjoyed that video and you get something from it and helps you out. If you have any questions, just let me know.